Hi there, my name is Suze, and I work with women to help them find balance between their internal masculine and feminine energies so that they can have lives that feel really emotionally fulfilling, full of love and connection. So today I want to talk about, can't talk today. Today I want to talk about why the feminine never waits. I love talking about this because the energy of waiting, there's a lot in that connotation of the energy of waiting that I think people don't really realize. And we don't really dive deep into these energies and these words that really have so much packed below the surface. And we're never going to get into these state of beings that we want to manifest these things in our lives until we understand all the energies that are flowing below the surface here. If anyone here watching this, if you follow human design or you know human design, I am a projector, and as a projector, we tend to see things at a very core energetic level. And a lot of things that people are missing on the surface with energy, we just intuitively know and can feel how these things are playing out and holding us all back from having these really abundant, beautiful lives. So, anyway, let's talk about the energy of waiting and why the feminine never waits. Now, if you have been following me or listening to feminine energy, learning about feminine energy, learning to embody your feminine energy and let it shine out from your heart space, you may find this idea a little bit confusing because let's back up a little bit, right? At the core, what is feminine energy? If feminine energy is a very relaxed energy, I always like to say it as like you're leaning back on your throne in queen energy and letting things come to you, right? You're in the flow of the feminine. It's very intuitive, it's very relaxed, it's very free flowing. It is, just that beautiful, soft feminine energy. And if masculine energy on the other side is a very like doing energy, right? It's this energy coming out from inside of you out into the world, and you're making something happen, you're working on something, you're fixing something, right? Or you're trying to make something happen. An outcome is very masculine kind of energy. So it would seem like feminine energy would be more like a waiting energy, right? And I've done videos here on this channel before talking about, why men aren't chasing you and that dynamic of the feminine does not chase. It's masculine energy that chases, so to speak, chasing. Right? So it would appear like feminine would be kind of waiting around, right? Waiting for a man to chase me. It would seem to be that way. But I don't like waiting because let's strip it down. If you're in an energy of waiting, there's resistance happening inside of you. Because think about it. If I'm waiting for a man to show up, if I'm waiting for love to come into my life, or if I'm already in a relationship and I'm waiting for my man to do something different, or I'm waiting for my man to show up or call me or love me or do something for me, there's an underlying connotation that something in this present moment I don't like. I wish something were different. Or I wish someone would change something. Or something's not making me totally happy in this present moment and I want something to be different and I don't want to have to do it because that's masculine. So I'm just going to sit here and wait. I don't like that, right? Because now we're introducing resistance on a few levels. We're introducing resistance into our manifestation and feminine energy, which you probably know manifestation and resistance don't work. The whole point of resistance is the whole point of manifestation is the least amount of resistance and being open and letting things just flow into your life, magnetizing things in very naturally and organically to you. So not only is the energy of I cannot talk today, it must be this Mercury retrograde, I am so sorry. The energy of waiting produces a lot of resistance because then you're saying, I wish something was different. And you're also looking outside of yourself into your external reality. You're looking outside of yourself for something to change, right? I've used the term circumstantial happiness before. Many years ago, I used to do a lot of Facebook Lives on Tuesdays, and I talked a lot about that. Circumstantial happiness. Thinking that something in my physical world needs to change for me to be happy is clearly going to be a problem. In the spiritual sense, a problem, right? So, what do we do about all of this? What do we do about this? Let's go one step deeper with the energy of waiting. If I'm in a state of waiting for something, waiting for someone, waiting for something, I'm also giving my power away. And there's an element of feeling powerless, because then it's like, well, there's nothing I can do. I'm waiting for something to change. So it's powerless, because there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to sit here and wait for someone or something to change. So if we're ever in a state of powerlessness, clearly we're not in our fullest, most beautiful, biggest expression. Something is not right here. And if you're feeling powerless, you can just feel it. Like if you're feeling powerless, you just start shrinking in your body, in yourself. Clearly that's not the direction we want to go here, right? So what do we need to do about this? What is the more powerful thing to shift into instead of waiting? If we're not waiting, we're being. The feminine is being. Feminine energy is being as opposed to doing with the masculine. It is being. Feminine energy is expansive growth energy. So in other words, anything that the feminine has in the present moment, she can take it and expand on it and naturally grow it. That is the beauty of feminine energy. You know, it's very symbolic in our physical existence as women. When you get pregnant, you literally take the seed and grow a baby. It's very symbolic of feminine energy, what feminine energy does. Feminine energy can take something very, very tiny and make it into something really big and significant and powerful, creating life in the womb. So we need to do the same kinds of things in the energy world. You take what you already have and you find pleasure and delight in what you already have in the present moment. That is what feminine energy is, and that's what feminine energy does, so to speak. It's not a doing, it's a being, but again, the English language is a little limiting sometimes with these energetic concepts. So she takes what she has in the present moment, she expands and finds pleasure, finds delight, finds something good and beautiful and loving with what she has. And think about that. What happens if you get into that state of being is organically a byproduct of that is gratitude. If you can take what you have and find beauty in it and find pleasure and delight and bliss and peace with what you already have in the present moment, you will naturally feel grateful, because then you'll see, oh my God, look at how much I do have. Look at all that is around me. And you'll get into a state of gratitude. And as you probably already know, if you're in a state of gratitude, that's when manifestation really starts picking up some serious momentum and you're able to pull things in really powerfully. Gratitude is the gateway to big manifestation. So it's not about waiting. It's never about waiting. If you feel like you're waiting, you're not doing it right, so to speak. You're not doing it right. I don't like using these terms, but again, I got to put this in some kind of human context for you to understand what I'm saying, right? It's not about getting it right. It's never about getting it right, but in this sense, energetically, if you're in a state of waiting for someone or something to change in some kind of a way, you're not in your most powerful stance. And let's go into the idea of powerlessness for a moment too, because this runs even deeper. If you're in a state of powerlessness, you've gone back into a childhood wound. You're probably like, what now? Think about it. When you are a child, you are to a certain extent helpless and powerless because you are a child. You are dependent on your caretakers, right? You are dependent upon the adults that are around you, that are taking care of you. They hold the power because they're the adults, and you're the child who is powerless. So think back to your childhood for a hot minute. What was the aspect in your childhood where you were waiting for your mom or your dad or whoever your caretakers were? You were waiting for them to do something, or you were waiting for them to show up, or you were waiting for them to see you, or you were waiting for them to emotionally be there, be emotionally available to your emotional needs. Or when were you waiting for them to do something different, or validate you, or love you, or embrace you? How was that dynamic in your childhood of waiting? And now, remember, now you're the adult. So anytime you're in that space of feeling powerless, you're going somewhere in your childhood again, something that needs healing, something that needs some resolution and some self-love. I think I'm going to stop there because that was kind of a lot that I dropped there, but I hope this video really helped. The feminine never waits. She bees, so to speak. She's being, right? She bees. She doesn't wait. She bees with what is, grows what is, finds delight in what is and pleasure, which then brings gratitude for what is and stays open to the next thing that comes in. She takes that, expands on it, and keeps moving forward. That is the process. That is your power. Take, expand, open, receive. That is your power as a feminine. So it's never waiting. If you're ever in the energy of waiting, something's not right and you got to look a little deeper. So I hope this video helped you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you found value in this, I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my channel to support me. Thank you so much for stopping by and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.